Well, H2K is out. It is the second day of the second week of the group stages. I'm joined by Prolly, who has coached them to a loss.
To
Yeah,
oblivion.
of
I
two-
coached HUK right into oblivion.
Yeah.
Pretty proud of it.
Well, I guess that's all that needs to be said. We could just wrap the interview. No, I'm just kidding. All right. So what would you have done differently? I guess is a good way to put it.
Hmm. I think our pick and bans last week weren't that strong. I think we didn't have like a good read on the meta that we liked really. Like we played some kind of like mixed meta where it was like partially what we like and partially what other teams liked. And then we realized in the last week of practice, people started playing only the stuff we liked. And we were like, oh shit, we could have just been playing the stuff we liked this whole time. So like a lot of the practice was on champions that we didn't get to use. Part of it is because, yeah, we weren't great on those champions. And then part of it was, yeah, we just misread the meta. And the other one was, I think in scrims, I could have been a bigger dick. I think that was probably a big change to my coaching style I should have done. Because you got to like weigh like yelling at your team and like, being nice kind of. And I think I should have been a lot meaner at times because the strategies we pulled off correctly didn't happen every game. And if you watch our games, if you applied the times we did it right and did that in every single game, we would have had these like giant leads. But in games, we'd like do it right one game and then wrong the next game when we're in the exact same scenario. So we just lost a lot of the consistency. It didn't look as bad. Like, for example, the EDG game, we had like an early game lead, and it looked like we kind of stalled at the game, so that's not great. But we didn't really like insta throw or something like that. But during that time where we stalled it out, that was actually just us misplaying all of the plays that we'd been practicing, and so that's why it looked like we weren't doing anything because like we didn't make the decisive decision or make like the correct movement because we like waited too long for something. So I think if I like pressured the players a bit more to, I guess, like be more proactive in learning instead of like easing them into it, I think that might have maybe like fixed their learning curve because normally they learn pretty quickly, but in these last couple weeks, I felt like it just took really long for us to learn like the correct maneuvers around the map.
How do you feel the team mentality is now after that loss? Like, did everybody take it and be like, oh, like we had a hard group, or is everybody kind of torn up? Like, what's the general sentiment?
It's a bit half and half. Going into it, when we saw the groups at like 3 a.m. in Korea or something, we all woke up and just laughed our asses off. Like, oh, this is a great group, guys. Like, high fives. We got out of groups. What's up? So for a long time, we're like, all right, this is really shitty for us. So the losses weren't as bad that you would expect. It was pretty disappointing because, like I said, during the game, we're like, why didn't we just make this play that we've done all these times? Like, all the players were like in unison being like, holy shit, we had the chance to be winning this game and we just like tunneled on something else or we just didn't pull it off. So that part was really disappointing. It wasn't really like, oh, I misclicked. It was mostly, holy shit, we had the game. We just forgot to do this play. Like, that just slipped out of our minds kind of thing. So that part was disappointing. We didn't get to play like up to the standards that I think everyone holds himself. But at the same time, we were like against really, really hard opponents. Yeah. So it wasn't like we're losing to wild cards.
Now, I know that, whatever. I know that for you obviously okay. We're going to see contracts end soon, a little bit after Worlds. Who knows what's going to happen with the players? But I wanted to get a feel from you about what your current feeling is about your position. Obviously, I know you're an American, kind of fish out of water over here in Europe. Like, what is your sense of are you with HTK next year? Is that a for sure thing? Like, what's going on with you?
No, I think I'm kind of. I think right now I'm not sure what my contract is. I don't know. I'm really bad at planning stuff. Okay. If that doesn't come off as like a kind of person I am, like I'm terrible at planning things. So like,
is that a good quality having a coach?
Yeah, because I'm living in the moment to win that game. I'm not like, okay, if we win this game, boys, we need to prepare for London. Yeah. I'm like, no, let's fucking win group stages, guys. So in that sense, I'm not like, I look more than a day ahead.
Okay, good.
But like, yeah, you're talking about like months ahead and stuff, and that's like, whew. Yeah. I don't even believe the world will exist then. But if it does, I don't think Europe is like the only thing for me. It didn't grasp me like other people. I know sometimes I get friends that are like, oh, I went to Europe, I went to here, and like I never want to come back. It was way better than America. I'm still kind of like iffy. Like I've been around the world a lot with my family. Like they're world travelers. So since I was like 10, my family has always taken me places. So I like Europe a lot, but it hasn't struck me as like this is my home. I have to stay here kind of thing. So I think it's going to be kind of if I get offers, like maybe I'll move, maybe I'll stay. Obviously, if the roster changes, I'm gonna want to move more. You know, like I came to HUK because I like these players. So it's really gonna depend on what the roster is gonna be like, and then if there's another team that would like to give me an offer and I happen to like their team as well. I don't know. I would like to be a player. That'd be really fun, but I think I do well as a coach, and I kind of sucked as a player a bit, just a little bit.
Your record is definitely better as a coach than as a player.
Yeah, but I carried pretty hard in my day when I could do carry. So
The Ziggs was okay.
yeah, that champion sucks. But I don't know. If like you just gave me all the best players in the world and I could play mid, I think I could do well. I think that team could do
I
well.
think there's a lot of people that could do well if they had all the best players in the world and then they were stuck mid.
But we're not talking about this. We're talking about me. Okay. So I could be a good player. It's just my team sucks. Yeah. So until I get that awesome team, I'll probably just stick to coaching. Because I do like the involvement that I have of like moving the team forward in directions. Like when I played as a player, if I thought something was good, is like I'd have to convince people like this is a good strategy, guys. But now as a coach, I'm like, this is a good strategy. Like we're doing this. Give me another strategy and we'll do yours. Until then, we're doing mine. So I like that kind of authority to kind of like mold a team because that's kind of it's like a more of a bigger picture thing than being a player is like small picture. You focus on yourself and then teamwork. So I like that aspect. But I don't know. I think I'll just wing it like I do everything.
Yeah, sounds about right. Is there anything you want to say to any of the Prolly fans out there?
Yeah. Let me think.
Well, that was great. I really appreciated that. It was fantastic.
All right. So the Prolly fans out there, I'm sorry that HUK wasn't bigger than it should have been, and
bigger than it should have been.
Yeah, we should have won Worlds, baby.
Okay, but doesn't that mean that it wasn't as big as it should have been?
That's what I said.
I mean, people could rewind the video and see that it says bigger than it should have been, which is the opposite.
It wasn't bigger than it should. I hate Travis, and thank you for watching this video and hating Travis with me, fans.
GameSpot.com/LOL.